Okay guys, here we're making a lekker tomato bredie. I pre-cooked my meat. I used some lamb pieces. I pre-cooked it and I've also kept my stock. I've got my potatoes one side. I've got crushed garlic and ginger. I've got the chopped tomato in a can. I've got tomato paste. And I've got up some chopped tomato. So we're letting the onions the oil just warm nicely. And then we're going to put in now our onions. I've been cooking now for a while today, so my hands are very clean. I prefer just to use my hands to get the onions out of this mixture, out of this blending thing. Okay, so now we're going to braise our onions, and you can use crushed garlic or garlic and ginger, anything you have you can use. I'm using 2 tablespoons. I love garlic and I love ginger, so that's 2 tablespoons. And now I'm just going to let the onions brown, and then we can start making this lekker bredie. I just needed to put it off. I was just doing something for a second. Okay, onions has browned. I didn't want it to brown too much because I don't want my pot to stick at the bottom. So I'm going to dish over my cooked meat, because now we're going to want this to brown lekker. I'm so disappointed because I've been feeling for this all week, and I make it today on the day that I come from the dentist, and my mouth is feeling so weird. But okay, let's see how, hopefully by tonight when we eat, I will manage to taste what it tastes like. But at the moment, my mouth is numb. So once the onion is brown, you're going to put in your meat that you pre-cooked, and keep the stock. The stock is the best part, guys. Don't throw your stock away. Don't ever throw your stock away. You can even freeze it. Okay, so now we're going to let this brown, but I'm going to put in my salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm putting in 1 teaspoon of black pepper, or any pepper you have, white pepper, any pepper you have. A little bit for love. And I'm going to throw all of this in. I don't have much left. It's coriander and jeera powder. My last little bit left. And if you want to, you could put in a bay leaf or 2. So I'll just put in, these are quite big, so I'll just put in 3 bay leaves. And now you're going to let your meat brown. Remember, your meat is soft, so you just want your meat to brown now. I'm going to put the lid on. And I'm just going to come back in about 5 minutes or so. I just want this meat to brown, and then we'll come back. Okay, let's see. Looking lekker brown, as you can see. You don't want your pot to burn at the bottom, but if it sticks a bit, it's fine, because you can just put in some water. This is a garlic and herb powder. Just sprinkling some in there. Let us just go for another 2 minutes. So while this is on, I've got my basmati rice cooking on the other side. So we're going to have the creamy chicken starter. The soup tonight, we're going to have that as a starter. And that's also nice because we're going to have it tomorrow. You know, if it's cold during the day, you can always warm up a cup. So now I'm going to put in my cut up tomatoes, chopped up tomatoes. Give it a lekker stir. And I just want that tomatoes just to cook through a bit. We're going to leave the pot now just for the tomatoes to cook through, and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm going to open my 1 can of tomato and onion mix. So you can just use fresh tomatoes if you want. You can use the canned tomatoes. You can use anything that you have in your cupboard. I'm going to put this in here. The pot is starting to stick a bit. Remember the chicken stock. Don't throw it away. Put a little bit more of the chicken stock in. And we're going to put the lid back on. And we're going to let this cook through. Okay. Ooh, smelling so lekker. So I'm now going to put in the potatoes. So that the potatoes can cook through. And with the potatoes, I'm now going to put in my tomato paste. And because I like it nice and tomatoey, I'm going to do 2 sachets of tomato paste. Doing the trick that somebody taught me on TikTok. And it works so nice. Second packet of tomato paste. Remember it's tomato Bredie, so you want it to be nice and tomatoey. Okay. So there you go, tomato paste is in, potatoes are now in. Now I'm going to let this cook for 10 minutes. I'm going to leave the bay leaves in. I'm going to let this cook for 10 minutes. You know what you can also put in, which is nice, which sometimes when I do have, you know, in the Royco packets you get the tomato pasta sauce or the tomato soup in the packets. Sometimes I even add that in. I don't have either of that today. I remember I said when I cook I may do with what I have. So here we're just going to do the 2 sachets of tomato paste and the can of tomato and onion mix. And I'm now going to let this cook through further, and I'm going to put my pot a bit low because I don't want it to burn. Let this cook through further now. Okay guys, I've got my husband over here to come and just taste for me with a clean spoon if it needs more sugar, because I can taste nothing. So come babe, tell me what do you think. Should I add? So I did add 1 more teaspoon. Ronald is going to tell us what does he think. Does it need more salt, more sugar, more pepper?
It's perfect. I love my tomato Bredie, and normally I add a bit of sugar afterwards, so you can do that as well.
Oh yes, okay. He likes to add sugar just before, as he, when he dishes and as he eats. So you don't think I need to add more sugar? Little more.
No.
You sure? Okay. Okay guys, so the tomato Bredie is now basically done. I'm just going to sprinkle. I'm just going to break up some coriander on the top. This also went so lekker quick. I want to just show you. There you go. Lekker tomato Bredie. I'm not going to do a dish up and taste for you because my mouth is not good, so it's not going to work. But thank you guys.